I've been doing sit-ups. I've been doing chin-ups. I've been doing pull-ups. I threw up once, but I'm okay now.
Hey, and welcome to a Tuesday edition of the Ysn Power Hour. Do not adjust your screens. That's right. Joining us today, the baseball, basketball goat himself.
I'm wearing a vest.
Yeah, you were all worried about the vest thing. All worried about the vest thing. It's the basketball goat himself, the schedule extraordinaire, as well as the assistant general manager of your sports network, Mr. Quinn Pushkar, joins us. We're going to talk some hoops today. See, we got the basketball out. We're ready. It's autographed by Mackenzie Riccatelli only. It's the only one that autographed our ball from the All-Star game last year. But we're going to talk some hoops because, Quinn, hoops not only snuck up on us. Like, we didn't even get the power rankings out on time for the preseason for the girls. But we have the preseason for the guys and a little bit of a hybrid for the girls that we're going to talk about with hoops today. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the Thanksgiving power rankings because we will have the official Thanksgiving power rankings for YSN coming out on Thursday. But I'll give you mine. And we're going to talk about that and where things stack up. You absolutely obliterated my power rankings.
Bad rankings.
Oh, you're bad rankings. You're bad. I'm going to, you want to roll the On This Day in Sports History?
Sure.
All right, let's go. All right, this is called ad-libbing because I never even got around to changing it for today's show. So on today in sports history, on the 22nd of November, back in 1961, Frank Robinson, not Jackie Robinson, Frank Robinson of the Cincinnati Reds, an outfielder, was selected as the NL MVP. And also, since we're talking about hoops, let's talk about in that same year, 1961, St. Louis Hawk Bob Pettit sets the NBA record, hitting 19 of 19 free throws. I feel like we did that like last week. Somebody hit 19 of 19 free throws. And we had a challenge out. Nobody, not one person went after it. I was going to give a YSN beanie out to anybody who could hit 19 free throws in a row.
Oh, I could.
No, you couldn't.
I could.
19 in a row.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
19 in a row.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tape you. We're going to go shoot 19 free throws.
Okay.
And what happens if you don't hit 19 in a row?
I don't get a YSN beanie.
Oh, I see how it is. You already have a YSN beanie.
I'll get another one.
Oh, here we go. Look who's back. It's like you have a Switka detector on you. He doesn't watch for a year.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden
waits until I pop in.
Robert Switka makes I thought this guy was dead. He's on, not only is he not dead, he's on LinkedIn. So he's like trying to get a job while he's watching the Power Hour. Welcome back, Switka. Maybe he was banned from Facebook.
He's been waiting until I pop in on something. I know that.
The Gonzaga legend himself. Yeah. Care to explain that one?
Kentucky lost to Gonzaga. They got blown out by 18. I mean, he's rubbing that in.
This year?
Yeah.
Wow.
A couple days ago.
Okay.
He's a Texas fan, so.
He's an everybody fan, except the teams that you like, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty much.
So 19 and 19, you can hit.
Yeah.
No problem. We gotta make this happen somehow. Okay. Maybe I'll follow you down to Lisbon.
Come on down. Fire it up.
You could hit?
I can make 19.
All right. We got to get something on the other side. We got to get some juice on this. So, all right, hoops, man. I mean, we got the power rankings are out for the preseason for the girls. Week 1 for the girls, it was an eventful week. I mean, one of the teams on our top 10 already lost, and they were voted actually tops. And because they lost, they're already down. So, do you think from your perspective, because you're the guy that does all the schedules, from your perspective, how does the early season matchups, is it like football this year where like the non-conference don't really matter that much till you get to, you're the guy that said that they don't really matter till you get after Christmas, right?
For the most part. I mean, it's better to lose early than late. Go watch Texas. Leave me alone. I think it's better to lose early than late. It's kind of like college football. You lose early. It's better. It makes you kind of forget that you lost early. But at the same point, a loss is a loss. It is what it is.
So you look at, I mean, the early going, West Branch suffers an early loss, and they are picked to be one of the best teams in this area by our friends here at YSN. So, I mean, cause for concern, knocking off rust. I mean, what is it to you? Like getting up. Do you think that the earlier season is starting to affect some of these players that don't get as much practice as maybe they need?
It could. At the end of the day, like you're beginning of the season, you're starting a lot of new things. West Branch is replacing people that graduated that were big contributors to them. Coach Shields is working out all those kinks and different things like that. But as the season goes on, you become more polished. You kind of figure out what's going on and figure out your identity as a team and start playing good basketball as the season progresses. Now,
you're a coach. Obviously, you coach for Lisbon in the school season, but you also do AAU and for girls. And I will take the stance that girls basketball has not only gotten significantly better in this area, but I would actually put them up against boys basketball in some cases for more teams coming out and from this area that are better than, the boys side of things. Agree, disagree?
Yeah, a little bit. It kind of goes in waves. Like sometimes there's better boys teams than girls teams and girls teams and boys and stuff like that. Right now we're kind of in that stretch where it's kind of even on both sides from what I've seen. But looking at the power rankings, I haven't pulled up for what we have. You're looking at a lot of teams there that are going to get a lot of wins on that preseason top 10. A lot of pretty high above 500 records. Between Salem, Liberty, West Branch, there's a lot of good basketball right there. All
right, let's check out those power rankings. Let's start with the girls. And here's how they roll. So the hybrid for us to start the season in the preseason / week 1, Salem takes the top spot. So if you remember right, Salem was basically controlled this power rankings last year, and they started again on top at number 1, even with some of the losses, the key losses that they had over the offseason with graduation. Still looking good, still looking very, very good. Then you have Liberty. Liberty, no surprise to anybody that followed them last year and the talent that they have, not only coming up, but there and looking to make a big impact. They had a nice run in the postseason last year and are looking to do the same thing. They start off the season at number 2. West Branch, we talked about it. Now, what we didn't talk about necessarily is they were actually the number 1 seed going into our preseason power rankings. Everybody was in love with West Branch. And then after that loss, kind of hit the panic button a little bit, did our voters. So they fall down to 3. Louisville is one that I'm not exactly surprised, but I kind of am, especially being that high. Louisville at number 4 as they debut. Then you have Brookfield. Brookfield is just tough as nails when it comes to it. The MVAC as a whole, you can see it. 5, 6, 7, 8, all in a row there, picking the MVAC. So Brookfield's leading off, and obviously from that, Liberty's also in the MVAC as well. So number 2. From there, Brookfield is going to be competitive, I think, with a lot of teams. Garfield also, they get some key pieces to come in and replace Sarah Seaman. And I really think that they're going to be outstanding. I can see Garfield being a top 5 team all year long on this network. Crestview, another team still young. This is not, when you talk to Nate, he's not really sold on this being the best year. The best years are coming, but Crestview solidifying themselves at number 7 to start the year. Not a bad spot for them. Champion. This is a little bit of an eyebrow raiser to me. And I don't know a whole lot about this program, but I mean, from your standpoint, to debut in the top 10 at all is like grateful. You're grateful. But at the same time, some of these teams, this might be the only time you see them. I don't know the Champion's that team, but to look at some of the names on this board and see Champion, that's got to be a great feather in your cap. And you look at Poland, year in, year out. Poland, a powerhouse in girls sports and girls basketball especially. They debut at number 9. I think this might be the lowest they are all season long. And then Austintown Fitch, they were in action last night. Zeta Creaky, a 44-point record-breaking game. And Austintown Fitch has a chance to be a very, very good team. Now, what's troublesome is Fitch is going to compete at a very high level. So Creaky is going to be key in keeping them in this power rankings and keeping them on the right side of the win-loss column. So other teams that I think probably should be made, and people are calling me crazy, I think Boardman is going to be on this list when everything's kind of hit the fan, because new tutelage, you got Coach Hamilton, and he's got the girls believing. He's got girls that didn't go out for basketball last year that are going to be playing this year. I like it. Coach Riccatelli, the motivator, he's going to be in there as well. So I like Boardman being on this list. Who are some teams maybe, Quinn, that you'd like to see on this list as well and possibly could in the next few weeks?
I mean, as the season goes, I think you're going to see Springfield kind of creep in there. They return everybody, so they're going to be in a pretty good spot. And I think you might see United pop up. They're going to be a tough team.
Now they kicked off Saturday?
Yes.
Right. So that's going to be it's going to hit us hard. It's going to hit us very hard in the coming weeks, because we got to start adding the records to this. So it's going to be fun for us. All right, let's get over to your bread and butter, my friend. The boys preseason power rankings. Cheney starts off as the number 1 team, followed by Ursuline at number 2. We all know that Ursuline's going to be just solid, top down, solid. And there was people that didn't even put them on the list. That's why they're number 2, not number 1. Cheney still kind of everybody feeling the remnants of what was last year. I think they have a lot of talent coming in. I don't know. I don't even know. Are they on the roster? Or are they on the schedule, Ursuline and Cheney?
I believe so, yeah. Well, they'll have to play because they're
SVC.
in the conference.
Yep. So that'll be a big one. Louisville is unbelievable. We saw that great run last year with Will Aljancic. He's back to make a run with his Leopard friends again. I think Louisville is going to be in this for the long haul. I really do. Cardinal Mooney, a team that everybody fell in love with down the stretch last year, and I think that a lot of people, they got a lot of talent, a ton of talent coming back from that team that can make another run. And they debut at number 4. Lowellville, we know who they are. Basically, the same cats that were throwing the football about 3 weeks ago are going to be the same dudes that are throwing the rock around and putting it in the bucket. They debut at number 5. Badger, number 6. Boardman, number 7. Then you have Warren JFK at number 8. Struthers at number 9. And Valley Christian debuts with that last spot at number 10. Quinn, take me through this from your great understanding and great knowledge of the game in this area. I mean, who do you like? Who don't you like on this?
I mean, there are a lot of good teams on that list. I mean, just looking at it right now, you got Ursuline, you got Cheney. Those two are going to battle all day long in the conference. Not to mention Mooney's in that same conference with them. You return Aljancic for Louisville. Like, you're arguably one of the better players on the Ysn network that we're going to get to see this year. Lowellville returns everybody from, I think they were an 18-win team last year. Boardman, I don't know much about Boardman being a smaller school coach, but, Boardman always seems to be right there with it and competitive no matter what they do. JFK, Valley, we get those guys in the district and stuff like that. So we know that just solid basketball. Badger, they have one of the better kids in the network as well with Duncan Moy. And, Struthers is, I don't know much about Struthers. It seems like when you count them out, they're still going to win games and do what they do. And Coach Warnicki does a great job with them.
Sammy checking in. He says Jefferson boys add 2 quality transfer students to the boys. In return, Hitchcock and DeGeorge. Look for them to make a run again. Obviously, Hitchcock a little bit busy at the moment to be thinking about hoops. But for kids now, it's on the back of their mind. You know what I mean? Like they can do multitasking. They can think about and play football, but at the same time, maybe get a couple shots off in some open gyms. So when you look at this, what's so hard, Quinn, about what we do is, and I feel bad and I don't saying this, the transfer. So you got these kids that transfer not at the clip of the transfer portal, thank God, but at the same time, these kids are wearing different uniforms from year to year, and they're hard to keep track of. And some of them we know, and some of them we don't, because some of them don't play fall sports to even know that they changed schools. So some of them we hear through the grapevine, and some of them we have to learn on the jump. So who are some schools that aren't on that list that you're really excited to watch play basketball this year because they're going to make a leap forward?
Well, Jefferson. Sam took it from me, but Jefferson's one of them. I'm interested to see how Liverpool does. On the boys' side of things, they're replacing a lot of good players that they lost, but they're going to have a lot of talent coming back as well, and Coach Conley does a great job. West Branch and Poland weren't on that list. I'm not acknowledging that. I'm not acknowledging Switcat, no matter what he says. West Branch, they made a run in football. I'm interested to see how they handle that. I didn't see Poland or Canfield on that list, and they're always 2 teams that are, no matter what, in our area, seem to always be there. I'm excited to see Canfield, though. I really am. Coach Colin going back and see what he can do.
I was just going to ask you, that's got to mean something to you to have Coach Colin back at the helm, a guy that his name is on the court, and he's just, 3 wins away?
3 away from 600, I believe.
And that's what a legacy. And you know him very well. Talk to me about what you think he's going to do out of Canfield.
Oh, I mean, he's going to install what he did before, and he's going to build a program. I mean, Coach McElroy did a great job with Canfield too. So, I had to under the coaching of both of them throughout my career. I was more with Coach Muck than Coach Cullen, but I got to see both of them, and both of them put their mark on the program. And Coach Cullen gets to come back where his name's on the court, and it's something special to see. So
when you look at across the board, who's one team, a small team, a medium-sized team, and a big team, I should say, big division team that we should keep an eye on, whether they're on the top 10 or not?
So what's small and medium, I guess, at that point?
I don't know. I mean, that's up to you.
Geez. I'll start at the top. It's easier for me for that one. I'll say Louisville.
Okay.
Interested to see what they do this year, coming off a deep run last year, and they return a lot of guys, including Al Jancic. So I'm interested to see how that one goes. Middle of the road, middle of the pack, school wise, Ursuline, I would say.
Okay.
Thinking of division wise, you figure 1 is probably your bigger schools, 2, 3 are kind of that middle, and then 4 would be small. I think Ursuline is very complete as a team. They got good guards, good posts, a lot of kids that can play.
Terrence Pankey is quickly going to make his put his kind of hat in the ring for Player of the Year. Yeah. You're going to see that very quickly.
Yeah. So, I mean, with that, and I mean, they got good post play with Jaden Payne, and they got other guards that can shoot the ball really well and stuff like that. I'm excited to see how Ursuline plays. And then small school wise, there's a mixture of guys. I'm interested to see how Badger does. Interested to see how JFK does.
Louisville.
And there's a lot of good small schools out there. I'm more on that side of things because of the district and stuff like that. So I see it a lot more, and it's easier for me to follow. But those 3, I'm excited to see how they do and kind of see how they fall into place with the district.
All right, so let's go through some of the conferences, and you tell me who you think the odds-on favorite is to win the conference. All right, I know I'm putting you on the spot here. Let's start with the SVC.
SVC. So naturally, I'm going to say Ursuline.
Okay, and I agree with you on that. Let's go. Was it AAC?
AAC. For some reason, the only AAC school I can think of is Canfield off the top of my head.
So was it Canfield, Howland, Warren Harding, Boardman?
Is Boardman in that?
I don't know. I mean, that's what I think of when I think AAC.
I'm gonna go Canfield. Just because I graduated from Canfield.
Okay.
It's
I think Howland's going to surprise some teams this year. I think Howland really is going to surprise some people with how good they play. Don't count out Fitch either, by the way, because Fitch is. I love every year they just find somebody different to fill in. Brian Beanie, one of the goats. Mm-hmm. So let's. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Howland or Fitch. Nope. We didn't forget about Fitch. See, we got you, Nikki. We got you. What about? Let's go NE8. Who's gonna win the NE8?
That's a lot of good schools too. I'm gonna go with Jefferson, just because Sam commented on Jefferson, and that's the first I've heard of the NE8 going on right now.
Jefferson, okay. I mean, you talked about Poland. You don't think Poland's going to be?
Sam sold me on Jefferson. We'll see.
Sam will sell you a bill of goods, my friend. Let's EOAC. I mean, you actually you gotta pick Lisbon. But who are some of the teams to watch? Like teams that you're honestly keeping your eyes open for?
All of them. I mean, I think everybody can beat everybody in the conference. Honestly, it's a very balanced conference. You know, and a lot of great coaches are in our conference, and you know they get their guys ready to play every day in, day out. Anybody can beat anybody, and it's going to be a fun battle for who wins it. To be honest with you.
All right, who'd we miss? Buckeye 8.
Buckeye 8. I'm going to go Liverpool.
Oh, you thought my football tails.
Oh, geez.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, he said takes, not tails. I wonder where he's going with that. He said he has some tails as well. So, best team. Like, if you had the team that if you had to go watch, you got one ticket and you got to go watch, who would it be?
I'll say Ursuline.
Ursuline, okay.
I don't know. I think they can do something
entertaining, exciting.
Absolutely.
Hot brand of basketball. All right, so you've got one pick. Who's going to go the furthest in the tournament this year?
Furthest in the tournament.
It's not like we're taping this and we can go back and watch this in February or March.
I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to say Ursuline.
You are on the Ursuline train.
I'll say potentially Louisville, depending on how the bracket falls.
Because Louisville is D1 now.
So is St. B's.
Woof.
So I don't know where that's all going to fall. I don't know if they'll play. I'm assuming they're going to play in the same because I'm sure they're.
Isn't that who got them last year?
Yeah.
Oh, man. They can't get away from them.
Depending on how the bracket falls, it could be anybody.
Okay.
But
do you think Ursuline out of the medium teams, like they're going to go the furthest?
I do.
Okay. And what about the smaller teams?
Smaller teams.
To me, because you were explaining, and I want you to explain for everybody kind of, I saw Coach Comlank over at JFK put up the district roundup.
Yeah, the Northeast District something.
Why did they make it so uneven?
I don't know. I really don't know.
So explain to everybody kind of what happened.
Basically, the state comes out with who goes to what district, and they kind of just dictate where everybody goes. They pick and choose where they go, I guess. I'm not really sure how it all works, to be honest with you. But certain teams are in certain places, and that's where it falls, and that's how it goes.
Switka's having a field day on LinkedIn right now, by the way. He loves you saying Ursuline so much. He always had something to say about the Irish in our convos, so the drool is sloppy today. Good question from Nikki C. Does Mooney repeat the magic they had last year?
They definitely can.
I mean, I think they're built for it. I really do, because you look at their shooters are back. You got Pregabon's back. Rocco Turner returns. You've got so much talent that went deep. We talk about experience in the football playoffs. I think the same thing goes for experience in hoops, because when you know kind of you're never out of it, or you know what your makeup is and you know what it takes to get to someplace, I never count them out. So I think Mooney could repeat the magic. I really think it's possible for them to do something special this year once again. Did you say smaller team?
Smaller team. Could be anybody.
Like, do you like Louisville being able to have all those guys back and playing the same sport, season after season?
Mm-hmm.
Does that help you?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a valuable experience. I mean, you figure most of them are 4-year starters at this point. So, I mean, you can't replace that, and they got good leadership and stuff like that. I mean, I'll say JFK maybe just because they're the ones that I can remember being the 1 seed last year for our region.
Sure.
But I mean, it's that D4 is going to be an interesting one. There's a lot of good teams and a lot of good talent. So we'll see.
Can we get the Lisbon report, how the Blue Devils are going to look this year?
See where it goes. I don't know.
That Lisbon report brought to you by Quinn Pushkar. See where it goes.
See where it goes.
You're not hired to talk about him anyway. That's Hucky's job.
Absolutely.
We'll have him talking about it.
Corner, and I'll share it, and that's where you'll see it from me.
Who are the guys? I mean, what I love that you said about the EOAC is that anybody can win on any given night. Mm-hmm. Do you like being a part of that, or does it drive you nuts some nights, knowing that going into a gymnasium, you feel like you're better than a team, and then you walk out on the wrong side? I know, talking to some coaches, it drives them bananas.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Like, it's so competitive that it's fun to be a part of.
Yeah,
and it'll drive you crazy at times because you never know what you're going to get. And some days you might shoot really well and do really well, and other days you might not shoot at all, and then you struggle to get layups, and you just you always got to be calm and ready to go.
Blue Devils have how many jerseys this year?
7.
Seven uniform sets.
6 or 7.
Wow. Does that include the cancer game uniforms?
Yes.
Okay. So
no. So 8.
Oh my goodness.
Something like that.
So do you guys, when you win, do you stay with a uniform? But if you lose,
switch it instantly.
Instant switch. Mm-hmm. So like your home whites.
Yep.
How many white jerseys do you have?
3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
3 off the top of my head.
So if you go on a run, you might not see the other 2 uniforms.
There's been times where we haven't worn a uniform.
During a year?
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
Just because of how it all played out, basically.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a uniform guy. All right, who do we have top? Quinn, the drip god.
I wear 3 shirts. That's it. 3 shirts and a sweater vest. That's all I need.
I'm a fan of the uni. The kids have to be fans of the unis. You guys are like Oregon for Columbiana County. All right, so we got through that. I know you got to go pick up some sweater vests. So let's get to this. Obliterate this. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Yoakley's, and this is mine. The official one will come out on Thursday, okay? We're going to do the voting the same way as we do for everything else. It will not look like this on Thursday if Quinn has anything to do with it. So without further ado, I give you the 2022 Thanksgiving Power Rankings. Number 1, wet stuffing. The best. And that's the sausage stuffing too. Don't get me started. Like, oh, that's money. Number 2, yes, I love me some cranberry sauce. Love it. Cranberry. Like, not even the stuff out of the can's good. I'm not going to lie to you. But the missus makes some unbelievable cranberry sauce. Like, it smells the whole house up like Christmas almost for the rest of like for 3 days. 3 days. And that stuff's so good. Sweet potatoes, yams, whatever you want to call them. Got to have the marshmallows on them. That's number 3. Fried turkey is number 4. Now, I was told that turkey better not be that high on the listing. Fried turkey, to me, is the best because you get those injectables. You can put some Creole in it, some Italian seasoning, whatever it might be. This year, we're going with garlic and herb. So fried turkey is number 4 in my book. Mashed potatoes, the mashed potatoes have to be on point for Thanksgiving. Have to be on point. They're at number 5 for me. Pumpkin pie at number 6. I can take it or leave it. Green bean casserole is a staple. It's got, listen, if that's off, your whole meal is toast. Dry stuffing. I'm a fan of dry stuffing, but the wet stuffing is number one. Noodles and mac and cheese. This one for me was, I know it's listed at number 9, but again, one of those give or take, because I'm not a big believer in the noodles thing, because there's some people that replace noodles with mashed potatoes, and that's just wrong. That is sacrilege. And I threw mac and cheese in there because I don't want 2 noodles on my top 10 list, or top 12 list in this case. Oven baked turkey, because you can either do it right. Now, my mother-in-law does it phenomenally. It's the moist turkey, but some people overbake their turkey, and it's as dry as a chalkboard. And then you got dinner rolls. If you could bring Hawaiian dinner rolls, you're a winner. The other dinner rolls are going to sit there in the bread basket. And number 12, possibly the MVP, the Tom Brady of Thanksgiving, the must-have, the gravy. That is my top 12. We want to know your top 12, and we will unveil the official power rankings, not just DJ Oakley's power rankings. We will unveil the real power rankings on Thursday. We'll have that drop. Quinn, where did I go wrong here?
All of it.
All of it?
All of it. It's wrong. There's only one option.
Uh-oh.
Number 1, mashed potatoes. Period.
1 through 12 is mashed potatoes?
Period. Number 2,
Okay.
taters.
Taters.
Number 3, more taters. 4 is more taters. 5 is even more mashed potatoes. 6, gravy, just because you got to have something to kind of moisten the.
Are you a sour cream on your mashed
No,
potatoes?
absolutely.
Oh,
butter
man.
and gravy. That's all, and some salt. A lot of salt. 6 was gravy. 7, turkey. 8, mac and cheese. 9, pie. Just pie.
Any pie.
Any pie. Dutch apple, pumpkin, don't matter.
Pecan, whatever.
A little bit.
No.
Got to have ice cream with it if you're getting
Oh.
into the warmer pies.
Oh.
And number 10, Hawaiian rolls.
Hawaiian rolls.
That's
See, you got that
numbers.
right.
But
Oh, look.
nevertheless, number 1, mashed potatoes.
Number 1 through 6
That's it.
mashed
That's
potatoes.
it. That's all you need. All you need is taters. You don't need anything else. Just a plate of taters.
I don't know about all that.
Absolutely. Just give me a
Cornbread. Nikki has cornbread.
No, absolutely not.
I don't know that I've ever had cornbread
No.
at
dry.
Thanksgiving.
It's too dry for me.
All right, what do we got? How is gravy and mashed potatoes not combined? Because gravy can be put on
Gravy's on
everything.
Yeah.
Same with my cranberry sauce, goes right next to my turkey, which is right next to gravy. So you get it, kind of get it all in there. Oh, it's
Put it on the plate and just gravy. Just all over.
you should have Quinn do fast food top 10 in the area.
It's easy work. It's easy.
You got it off the top of your head?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Cane's, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Arby's, Taco Bell, Wendy's, Swenson's, Chipotle. If I'm feeling frisky enough, hotheads, but that's a question mark. And number 10, Burger King, because Burger King sucks.
Coming from the guy that all you want to eat is Burger King when we're on the road.
Sucks.
I haven't had Burger King since we went to Chicago.
Burger King sucks.
Demolished me.
Yeah.
Demolished.
Burger King's terrible. Got a new chicken sandwich out, which is decent, but overall,
What is it?
sucks. I don't know,
Chicken
they put
parm?
some sauce on it. I don't know.
Okay. Rule number 1 when you're on the road, never buy breakfast food from Burger King from a dude with a neck tat. Rule number 1, we learned, because it will mess you up all weekend. Because he was out partying the night before. There's no doubt in my mind. No doubt. I'm surprised you put well, not you. I'm a hotheads over Chipotle guy. Chipotle scares me.
Mobile order, and I get points. I don't get that at Hotheads.
Oh, it's all about the points.
It's always about the points.
What do you get?
Big bowl.
No, I mean, like, what do you get for your points?
Oh, you get free bowls eventually. If you order it enough. Like
Eventually.
me, I get it once a week. So, like,
Oh.
I get a free bowl. I'm good.
Oh, Chipotle scares, because don't they always have the salmonella or people get sick from Chipotle?
Any place can do that if you don't.
I know, but why is it always Chipotle?
Yeah, because they cook more. I don't know. More people like it, so there's more quantity.
See, look, you're trying to work towards another free bowl
Listen,
right now.
I'm gonna get my bowl. Chipotle can sponsor me for all that care. I'll wear Chipotle stuff all day long.
You usually wear it whenever you
Bowl
get
of the
it.
week, yeah, it's all over the place. It's a good time.
And number 1 was
Canes.
Cane's.
Canes.
Why?
Sauce. sauce.
It's the sauce.
It's the sauce.
And Chick-fil-A was what, 3?
2.
Wow.
Because of the chicken.
So better chicken.
Better chicken
Chick-fil-A.
than Chick-fil-A, better sauce than Cane's.
So why don't you just go get the cane sauce?
That's too much driving.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to waste my gas, and I don't want to be the guy that goes through the drive-thru. Hey, I just need sauce. Like,
Just walk in and be like, hey, can I get a couple sauces?
because that means I got to get out of the car. It's just not worth it.
You have a Cadillac.
Then I got to sit in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru line for 2 hours just to get a sandwich, so it's just not worth it.
What was your pregame meal in high school?
Pre-game meal in high school, Chipotle.
Spoken like a true Canfield kid.
Sometimes Subway. Depends on what it was. Depending on the day.
Subway. We were lucky to get PB&J. You're over there eating Chipotle. 4-course meals.
Always.
We're going to let Quinn go and go do what he has to do. Appreciate you hanging out today. Talking hoops.
Hey, I told you I'll be back for basketball.
I like hearing that because we missed you, for the other 3 quarters of the year. If you
That
don't,
spring stuff, I don't know what goes on.
if you don't know Quinn, he is, again, our scheduler, the guy that makes all of this come together, scheduling 1,500 basketball games this season. So there's 2,000 basketball games this season. So we've got some work ahead of us here at YSN. The great Quinn Pushkar, my friend, thank you very much. Appreciate you. And we bid you farewell as you go towards Salem to pick up some sweater vests. I didn't know that you guys got different sweater vests every year.
You got to update them. It's the same sweater vest, but you got to get new kids come in. You got to get new sizes.
Oh, they wear sweater vests too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just you guys.
Sweater vest.
Oh, boy.
We look good.
Say that with a straight face next time.
Yeah, we'll see.
See you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Always.
We'll be back right after this on the YSN Power Hour on this Tuesday, presented by Toyota of Warren.
It means the world to me to know that what we're doing is impacting people. And whether it's simply, I got to watch my son or daughter when I was out of town, or we just love watching YSN. We love what you do for our son or daughter. So whenever someone says thank you or someone is appreciative of what we're doing, it tells me everyone at YSN is doing what we initially set out to do, which is shine a light on these athletes and help them kind of promote themselves. My name's Anthony Hartwig, and my sports network is your sports network.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, we offer a worry-free experience for all our customers. From sales to financing and even service, we'll help build your perfect vehicle
and lock in your trade value
while your vehicle is being built.
No worries.
We guarantee financing,
regardless of your situation or credit history. No worries. And when your vehicle needs service,
our award-winning team will get you back on the road.
No worries.
That's what going the extra mile means. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at MyersFamilyINS.com or find us on Facebook.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa.
And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing.
Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships.
We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team.
Your goals, our game plan.
Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
So just as an update, I'll get this taken care of too. Just as an update, we have the ongoing top 10 going on for Thanksgiving in our group chat right now, and making a debut. Number 1 is ham loaf. Also, Bloody Marys have made their debut on our for voting. So I guess anything goes. I mean, we got just straight up corn. I guess I never thought of we really don't have many vegetables on that list. It's just like green bean casserole. So not just green beans, green bean casserole, corn. So yeah, but it does not surprise me. And I'm going to tip our hand a little bit here. Anthony Hartwig has dinner rolls in his top 3. Like that. I love Anthony. Look, turkey, mashed potatoes, dinner rolls. That is basically what my 4-year-old will be consuming at the Thanksgiving table, which is right on par with Anthony Hartwig's like his ingestion. Like anything, just cheese pizza. Like I love the kid, but he is the most picky eater I've ever met in my life. It's incredible. Anything tan is good. Anything that has any sort of accessory on it, out. So I'm going to tell you this on Thursday. It's going to be fun to see where the power rankings lie, because now that we have Sam and Ryan from 440, guys that live a little, like having Sam Torres in the city of Chicago as our tour guide basically was the best and worst thing ever from that standpoint, because the best was he somehow we got off the train where we were supposed to and still had to walk like a mile, 2 miles to get to a pizza place that basically was just outside of our front door of our hotel, which was the laughing point of our entire trip. But Sam also knows where the good grub is. And we didn't get to go to Portobello's. I'm excited. Portobello's, whatever it is out in Chicago. I'm excited to go next time. But we're going to be heading to Tampa and then Las Vegas in the coming months. And I know there's no better tour guide that will do the research than Sam Torres and Richie, who also is a glutton for punishment for those things, because he loves to go out and research these places. So I'm excited for that stuff. Which brings me to the next topic that we have, which, what's really cool about all this stuff is we have the opportunity to do some cool stuff at YSN, especially with our youth. If you go back, boy, I want to say 5 years, maybe. Yeah, about 5 years. We started doing flag football, and something where I thought it was really neat because nobody was covering it at all at the time, nationally, regionally, locally, at all. And now, we've got flag football teams that are going to the national championship for what I'm being told. And again, there's not much research out there. What I'm being told is only the 6th time that a team from Youngstown is doing that. So excited for them. Certainly. One of the things that we did, you can go on YSN and check out some of these videos that we have. I know my mind's kind of going, so I apologize for it, but we have a ton of different videos and opportunities that you can even go back on from the YYFFA from 5 years ago and see some of these kids that are everyday names right now that were playing in the YYFFA, which makes it so cool. But there's a group of kids right now that are going to Vegas in February, and they're out there. They need your help to get there. We did a story with them last week. So if you go to ysnlive.com, type in flag football in a search, you don't have to go very far. It'll pop right up. Josh Tedesco, his son Joey, and little MJ, who's apparently a stud flag football player. They're heading to Vegas. Most teams kind of foot the bill a little bit, or some of the registration fees, or some of the fees in general. And it doesn't sound like that's been done yet. Also, the league doesn't sound like there's a whole lot of help there from them this time around. So they're doing all these different fundraisers and raffles and things to get to Vegas from Youngstown. And I beg you to go out there and help them and do it, because, it's unlike any experience they're going to have. And that's just another opportunity for them to represent, for Youngstown to be represented at the national level. And if they bring home a national championship, how awesome that would be, to have a group of national champions from the state of Youngstown, as it be. So get out there, go to ysnlive.com, do some research. And I know Mr. Tedesco keeps sending me stuff to get out to you. So we're going to keep trying to push and make sure they end up in Las Vegas in early February, where we will be, it sounds like. So excited to for all that comes with that. And we'll be in Tampa for the World Championships of the USA Flag Football League, and just a lot of stuff going on that we're excited for here at YSN. But before all of that, yeah, you guessed it, hoops is on our schedule. We got games tonight. We have games tomorrow. We're off on Thursday, so no games on Thursday, obviously because of Thanksgiving. But then we get it right back and going on Friday early. I know that there's Fitch is playing at like 1 o'clock, and then we've got football to be played that evening at 7 o'clock. So again, go to ysnlive.com. If you want a sneak preview, if you guys haven't figured it out yet, of what we're going to have for the week, you can go to ysnlive.com/score. And at the bottom of the score page, you can actually change it to days in the future, or days past as well. So you can go see what the score was from yesterday. You can also go and click on what we will have on YSN from a video standpoint the majority of times throughout the week. So head over there, check out I know everybody's loving the score page, which warms my heart because it's a labor of love. Quinn and Anthony and the whole crew do a great job of keeping up with these scores. B. Miller as well. So I couldn't thank them enough for what they do. So we're going to wrap things up a little early today, as there's a lot of stuff going on. People starting. I know the kids, a lot of them don't have school tomorrow. We have some business to tend to tonight. Yours truly will be taking part in some meetings here as people start to close up things for Thanksgiving. So we will close things up a little early, get maybe a 10-minute start to your Tuesday night. So let's get the Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark lit up. Here we go. Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark, presented by Joe Dickey Electric. Anything commercial, residential, anything electrical, head over to DickeyElectric.com or visit them at and on campus in North Lima. All right, so here's one thing I love is and are those people who go online and do the quotes. Like I'm a big quote guy, live by it, love it, obsessed with it. Like not to the point where I'm really pointing at any one person, place, or thing, or any group of people, but it's just quotes that, when I go back, I kind of think of social media like you're building a book, right? You're writing a book, and when you're gone, when your story is over, people can go back and just scroll your timeline and see kind of where you were mentally, where you were, just what kind of person you were. That's why I try to keep everything positive, at least for the most part, inspirational, motivational, all that stuff. Because I feel like that's the kind of person I want to be. So I leave it out there on social media. Then there's the other kind of person on social media that just agitators, just agitators. And those are the kind of people that I've learned that you just, instead of keeping them around and letting them live rent free in your head, you just do away with them. Be gone. Bye. See ya. Because at the end of the day, like, all they're looking to do is get under your skin. There's people that just get their rocks off on getting under your skin. And for some reason, I have no idea why they get excited for that stuff. It's like their life's purpose. And that's not mine. Maybe I just don't understand the excitement behind it. I like making people smile and making people happy. And other people don't. They like just agitating and going on social media and trying to mess with people. So if you're one of those people, I'm just going to put it out there. You're not going to bother us anymore. And when I say us, I mean me, but I encourage people that, kind of see that and it drives them nuts. Free yourself and just hit that block button or unlike or snooze or whatever it may be. Do that, because trust me when I say it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it, because you should not go onto social media and like get frustrated. It shouldn't be a place that you go and it costs you harm. You know what I mean? So hopefully you take a little something away from that. Maybe some people don't even know that you can block people or how to block people. It's just usually it's those little 3 dots. Click it and then block, remove, unfollow, whatever it may be. So don't fall into the trap of social media and from that standpoint of, walking in and happy and walking out not. So that's going to do it for our show. Appreciate you all chiming in. Appreciate Quinn Pushkar sitting down and talking hoops with us today. You can catch Scotty, myself, Richie all tomorrow on the Ysn Power Hour, 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. And it's all brought to you by our friends at Toyota of Warren. And again, thank you to Tino and all the great people up there for their proud support of the Power Hour. We'll see you tomorrow right here, 3 to 4 on the network. Peace. Ysn thanks you for watching.